So I told your mom when I went over there, I said, look, if you can't break a 5, this isn't going to happen. But then she offered to wash my car for the other $3.27, and I thought that was more than fair.
Yeah, she's good for that, usually.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hello there. Been a while since I did one of these, just personal reasons. I did see Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel. I saw Shazam. I saw Us.
Miss Marvel.
There is a comic book character, Miss Marvel, so I kind of fucked up. I don't read Captain Marvel, the comic, but I do read Miss Marvel, because it's like a way better comic. But anyway, I just personal reasons haven't felt like doing reviews, but so... Funny enough, I was like, okay, I'm going to have Matt come to see Pet Sematary, because I figured of all the people that would have read the book, it would have been you, but he hasn't read the book either.
I haven't got around to it yet. It's on the list.
That era of Stephen King, I don't know why I didn't read that. I read all those books back then. Up till like 95, 96, I read everything he put out, except for like that, and I don't think I ever read Firestarter.
We have that.
Firestarter?
Yeah. It was hard to find, but we got it on hardback.
So we went and saw the remake of Pet Sematary, which... I don't mind this movie being remade. It's been 30 years, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't really upset with this remake either.
No, and I hadn't seen the original in over 20 years. And just last weekend I saw it again, and for me, it held up. I actually liked it better than when I did when I first saw it when I was younger. Especially the Judd Cranley character. He's the best part of the whole fucking movie, Fred Gwynn.
Oh, yeah.
So, in saying that, I do... This film is a much better directed, better made film, but the first one I think was more entertaining.
Yeah, the first one was really good, and I think it told a complete story. This one, I felt like it ended kind of abruptly. Other than that, they did make some changes from the first one that was... It was alright. I mean, they took a couple liberties from the first movie, but... We're being shot at! Ah!
I always knew it would end this way on camera. But this movie kind of relies on the fact that you've seen the first movie.
Yeah.
Because, I agree with you, it felt incomplete at times, but you, having seen the first movie, you could put it all together in your head.
Yeah.
So
definitely see the first one or read the book before you see this.
And then tell us what the book is like.
Yeah. We don't know. We can't compare. It does explain enough in this movie that you don't have to see the first or read the book, I guess, to understand what's going on. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you bury shit in a cemetery and it comes back to life. But yeah,
done. Review over.
But it was cool. I think they didn't really take too long to get to the crazy stuff. They set it up just perfectly enough that you can watch it and get a good feel for the movie. But it was good. It was a good movie.
Yeah, I recommend seeing it for sure, but it's not...
Red box it.
Yeah, it's not great. Or like we paid $6 to see it in the early show. It's totally worth that.
Yeah. If you want to see it in the theater, do it for the previews. But we were the only ones there.
So we got to make jokes the whole time.
Literally the only ones there.
Yeah, this movie is not doing well, like, at all. I mean, Stephen King movies never cost that much. So this movie's gonna make its money back, but it's not like it only cost, like, I think $22 million to make, and it made, like, $700 million worldwide. It was, like, by, like, dollar spent to dollar made, it's one of the highest grossing films of all time, technically.
Oh, yeah. It was good. It was really good. I can't wait for the second part of that.
Oh, it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I got a lot of crap for this. I actually got dislikes on the video review we did for it. I liked it way better than the one from the 90s.
I did too.
I did. I thought the kids were better actors. They set up the story better.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we're getting 2 separate movies.
Yeah, 2 separate movies is good, and that's good to play it out because it was such a long book. And they did it right the first time, too, with the 2 movies. But I'm really interested to see if they can maintain what they set up with the first one, if they can maintain that kind of movie in the second one.
Well, it's that some guy is really, really, really showing off his motorcycle. Actually, you know what it sounds like they're doing? They're trying to blow the thing. It sounds like this motorcycle's actually screwing up on him.
Yeah.
Or somebody's learning to ride one.
That could be, too. He better get some later. I don't know why I said that.
He got off like, now I'm going to sleep with your brother. But, Yeah, well, it's the same director, same production team. It's pretty much everybody that made the first one. That they immediately went into production on the second one as soon as like the 3 days after it came out. It had already made so much money. The studio greenlit the sequel right away. Like it might have been one of those things like I hate the fucking Divergent movies. My wife loves them. When I first started doing these reviews, I just slammed those movies all the time just to make her mad. Oh my god, okay, this is the curse that happened to me and Jeremy all the time. We park somewhere. We're actually behind a building that's no longer a store. It's an old Sears. It's been closed for like 2-3 months now. And people are still driving right next to us. There are literally 200 empty spaces, and they're driving right by us.
Oh yeah.
But what the fuck was I just saying?
Divergent.
Yeah, they didn't. The third one it bombed so bad and lost the studio so much money. They were supposed to make a part 4 to finish it, and they didn't. Like they couldn't finish it because they couldn't financially justify it.
Sucks to be you, nerd.
And then they talked about doing it, and 2 or 3 people were like, "I'm not coming back. I don't want any." And then when they did that, everybody else was like, "Well, if they're not coming back, I'm not coming back," and so they just shit canned it.
Yeah. You're not going to have the same kind of movie with half of a new cast anyway. It's going to be a direct-to-DVD failure.
Have you seen the Divergent movies?
No.
Oh God.
I really never cared to.
The second one has some parts that are actually kind of cool. It's like a dream sequence sort of a thing where she's like on top of this house that's on fire, but it's spinning around, and she's like trying to save her mother from it. But it's all like happening inside her mind. It's dumb, but it's really well shot. It's like it took me out of the movie because it was like the first part of the movie. I was like, okay, I kind of like this part, and then it just went right back to being a pile of shit. I don't know. Miles Teller, though, his performance in those movies is worth watching those movies for. His level of I don't really want to be here in the third movie is legendary. You have to see the third movie. Just you could just see it on his face, like I'm here for the check, man. I did Whiplash, and that was successful, and for some reason nobody's hiring him now, so he's like, I'm gonna do this movie. And then he did War Dogs, which was awesome. Anyway, back to Pet Sematary. It's so easy to go off on a tangent.
It really is. Yeah, like we saw the previews for the trailers for the new movies coming out. Mm-hmm. The one with Dark Phoenix.
That looks better and better and better.
It looks really good, but I think the X-Men's time in the spotlight has come to an end. Mm-hmm. Because for a while, the X-Men movies were the only good superhero movies coming out.
Well, then the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans.
Those were excellent.
Yeah, I like all three. The 3 is one that like I didn't care much the first time I saw it, but it is when I watched it again, and then I watched it again and was like, this movie is... I was not fair to this movie. It actually gets better every time I see it, except for the stupid dance sequence. That part I still am like, oh, God.
Yeah.
But I still say that the Sandman, when he becomes the Sandman, that's like one of the best shot scenes in a film ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very good movie.
But, yeah, you're right. I mean, the X-Men have been around for so long now, and it's the same continuity. It's not, I mean, these are these same characters, but younger. So we're still in the same people, but right. it needs a reboot, honestly.
Yeah.
But wait 10 years.
Please wait 10 years.
Unless they show up in Avengers Endgame.
That could be cool.
There's rumors, I don't think they're true because the deal wasn't finalized before they started making... There's rumors that Deadpool's going to be in it, but he's not.
Yeah.
I hope... If I'm watching it on because I'm coming here in 2 weeks to see it for sure. And I want so bad to see like Spider-Man flying through the air, see Deadpool just flying next to him, like, hi! And then just smash into a wall. That'd be so good. But no, that won't happen.
No.
But anyway, Pet Sematary.
Pet Sematary.
While Fred Gwynn's portrayal of the Judd Cranley character in the first one was just amazing, John Lithgow was still good in this. He in no way, shape, or form tried to recreate the Fred Gwynn performance, and I like that. Yeah,
I'm a huge John Lithgow fan.
Me too.
Everything he does, he's excellent in it.
Yeah, even if the movie's not very good, he is always good.
Yeah.
He never turns off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen him in interviews outside of acting, and he's a very well-spoken man.
Mm-hmm. Very funny guy.
Very funny guy. And to see him in such a serious role was really a treat. I mean, he was excellent.
Have you seen Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
No.
All three of the, except for the Mark Wahlberg, I don't think people count that, but the Dawn, Rise, and War for the Planet of the Apes, all three of those movies are excellent.
Yeah, I'm not a big Planet of the Apes kind of person, but I never was, so I never got into them.
I have the original 5 on Blu-ray. The first one I think still holds up. I think it's the second to last one. is awesome. It's got a G rating, but only because it was made in like 1974. Like if it were made now, it'd be PG-13 and possibly R. Just some of the things that happen in that movie, but that's actually pretty good. But I hated the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes. Like Tim Burton's a great director, but not in that kind of setting. He's just not. And the acting, like, that was at that time when Mark Wahlberg was transitioning to becoming a better actor. It was like right around the time he did Three Kings, which was awesome.
That's a great movie.
And now he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Wahlberg's a fucking wonderful actor. Like, I think his performance in Lone Survivor was so underrated. I mean, he was so good in that movie. And of course in the why can't I think of the teddy bear Ted? The Ted movie's got his comedy is just fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he was really good in that. I haven't seen the sequel to it, but...
Oh, you haven't seen Ted 2 yet?
No.
I have to let you borrow it. It's not as good, like the plot line and all isn't as good as the first one. It suffers the Kingsman thing. Like the first Kingsman movie is so amazingly good, and it came out of nowhere. Like, wow, that was awesome. The sequel is fine, but it's just doesn't have the surprise of how good it was. Same thing with Ted, but it is still just as funny.
Okay. So, Pet Sematary.
Yeah, we did see Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
But Jason Clarke, who's also in one of the Planet of the Apes films, he was in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I actually thought his performance was better than the original guy. Wife, I can never remember her name, was about the same, but she did the one thing in this movie, and I thought she was going to do it the whole movie that irritates the shit out of me about the first one, is his wife calls him Doc the whole time. Like, that'd be like if like you were a garbage man and you came in and your wife was like, "Hey, trashy," you know.
Yeah,
or like when your dad was married to your mom, he came home and was like, "Hey, cocksucker."
Right.
I hope your mom doesn't watch these.
I don't think she ever will.
Sorry, Connie. It's just a joke. But no, I guess it's going to, because I recommend this movie. It's not great, but I like that it came and went. It didn't overstay its welcome, and it wasn't too short either. Like I think we talked, its runtime was like an hour and 40 minutes, and it could have used 5 more minutes in the end. But I don't know. I get why they probably got to the end like, well, how the fuck do we end this thing?
Right.
And I did actually enjoy the end of this a little better than the first one.
Yeah.
I thought the last half hour of this was like really good. Like I was into it then. I was like,
oh yeah.
Because the little girl, like they show you in the trailers, it's a little girl that dies instead of a little boy, and when she comes back, oh my God, she's terrifying.
Yeah.
And she's just, this is the tone of her voice. That little girl is amazing. She's going
really good actress.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, I pointed out in the movie, the little boy, the character or the actor they got for him looked a lot like the original little boy from the original movie.
That little boy was in everything in like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
He's in Kindergarten Cop, New Nightmare. He was on Full House.
I was on Full House.
Yeah.
Everybody was on Full House.
Yeah. I wasn't, because I knew.
Yeah.
I knew.
You waited till Fuller House.
Yeah.
The much highly anticipated sequel.
I have not heard one good review of Fuller House. I wasn't the biggest fan. I don't have the hatred for Full House like some people do. I never cared about it.
Right.
Like, there are episodes that are funny. There are jokes that work. I hate the Uncle Jesse character. Yeah. I think in any reality, Uncle Jesse acting like he did, like Mr. Cool, I think the people would just be lining up. If he lived in here, people would just be lining up at his door to beat the shit out of him on a daily basis. Like, you fucking douchebag. You're not Elvis. Quit acting like it.
Right.
You're a decent guitar player, but you cannot sing.
Yeah.
Taking shots at John Stamos for something he did 30 years ago.
So,
the trailers.
Yeah.
They said The Dark Phoenix.
There was that. There actually wasn't many trailers.
No, I think there's like 3 or 4, and they all looked all right. The Child's Play. That's another one I'm not mad about it being remade.
Me either.
And now that when I found out who's the voice of Chucky, I was very happy about that.
Mr. Mark Hamill.
Luke Joker Skywalker guy. Yeah. I hope it's the Joker's voice. I hope, hello there. He won't do that.
It should be good. The trailer was very, very brief. It was a teaser for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it didn't show too much.
Good.
But I didn't know Aubrey Plaza was in it. I fucking love Aubrey Plaza. She's funny as hell. She's She's a quite handsome woman. I don't remember what the other trailer was for. It's for some other fucking shitty horror film, but
there was the one with the dark Superman.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the name of
Brightburn.
Brightburn. Yeah, where it's basically what if Superman came here, and it's not Superman, but it's Superman.
Yeah.
And what if he were evil? Like an evil alien, super powered guy, and that actually looks really cool.
Yeah.
And it's James Gunn who did it, and he did a really underrated movie called The Belko Experiment. Have you seen that? It's really good. James Gunn is a really good writer and director and producer, and he produced this film, so I'm looking forward to Brightburn.
Nice. Hell yeah. So overall, go see the movie or just wait for DVD. It's not something you have to see on a big screen at all.
No,
there's nothing like, there's no major scenes or CGI or anything like that you have to see on a big screen.
The one effect that I give this movie a lot of credit on, though, is the first that dude that comes in and his brains are splattered out. That was really well done. Like, I wasn't expecting, because in the original it was like it's 80s,
right?
But I mean, his fucking brains were hanging out. Fucking, there was just blood nonstop pouring on the floor. There's just blood everywhere. I was like, okay. I was like, this movie has a couple of unintentionally hilarious moments. I'm so glad there was no one in the theater, because when she got hit by the truck, I was just laughing my ass off. Oh, bro, there's some little nods to the first movie, and I only know this because I just watched it last week. The truck driver is listening to the Ramones. Sheena is a punk rocker when he hits Gage in the first one, and this one he's got a phone call that distracts him, and the girl's name is Sheena.
That's hysterical.
I caught that, like, that's cool. And I love the fact that the episode, it's like foreshadowing. They're watching an episode of SpongeBob, and it's the one where they think they accidentally kill Squidward, and they think Squidward's ghost is coming back after him. So they had that on in the background. I thought that was a nice little, hey guys, this is going to happen in our movie.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. That's pretty bad when you have a spoiler alert in your movie.
Yeah.
For your own movie.
We're going to tell you how this movie that's a remake ends. We're assholes. The kid dies. Oh, my God.
Surprise.
The animal dies, too. I mean, you wouldn't think that in a movie called Pet Sematary.
Yeah, not at all.
But the pet dies.
Holy shit.
I like the cat in this one better than the first one. I'll say that. The cat was a nutcase.
Yeah.
That cat was so good. I don't know if that cat was CGI. Well, actually, it said it was 4 different cats.
4 different cats,
They trained to do that, but that cat was awesome.
Yeah, the cat was pretty cool. This is why I don't own cats.
Because you're afraid because, you know,
they'll go crazy and kill me.
If I were a cat, I'd kill you.
I know.
I kind of want to do it anyway. I'm just really lazy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like dealing with all the paperwork.
There would be quite a bit.
Yeah. And I don't own a good shovel.
I have one you can borrow.
Oh, I have a dog that would probably eat you. And a grandson.
Might take a couple days.
Be some of the best couple days of my life. You know, it's funny. I tried to make a joke in my head. I was going to do a joke about with the Judd Cranley voice and saying how like I told you not to go up there, and I never should have showed you that on that TV. Don't play Fortnite. Sometimes Red Dead is better. But in no way in my head could I actually make that like lengthy and funny. So I was like, I'll just throw it out there. That's my favorite part of the first movie, though, is just his voice. Just how y'all don't want to go up on that. I had to make jokes with Amy the whole time when we were watching. I was like, well, technically, in his first big major role, actually, no, he was in Car 54 before he was in Monsters, but like technically, he was undead. Technically speaking.
Yeah.
All right, next week I'm not coming back for a movie because it's The Curse of Lorna, which I do really want to see. That actually have you seen trailers for that? It's got the girl that played, I can never remember her name, I don't know why, because she's a great actress. She was Velma in the Scooby-Doo movie, she was in Grandma's Boy.
Oh, Linda Cardellini.
She was on Mad Men for a couple of Mad Men. She was great on that show. She's the main character.
I might have to see it then, because I am in love with her.
She is, not only she's a tremendous actress, she's beautiful, but
she is beautiful.
She's just so underrated.
Yeah.
Like, she's not in nearly as much stuff as she should be.
It's interesting that you bring her up because my wife and I just watched Legally Blonde yesterday.
I've never seen that.
It's actually a pretty good movie if you can get past the goofiness of it. It's funny in parts, but it's a decent movie, and she's in it. And spoiler alert, she actually is like the one who does the murdering for the major trial at the end of the movie, where Reese Witherspoon shows that she can actually be an attorney. Yeah, Linda Cardellini is the one who does the murdering in that, and she was quite young then. That was 2005, I think.
Yeah, she'd been in her early 20s.
Yeah. She didn't look as good because her hair was all done up in a perm and looked terrible, but she was still cute.
Especially when she's as Velma.
Oh, she's hot as hell as Velma.
In the sec, because like I've gone back and we will rewatch the Scooby-Doo movies. I actually have found myself not liking the first one as much, except for the dude on the beach. The guy,
the chicken guy.
Yeah, he was in Life. He was the gay guy that they shot, and in Friday the 13th Part 5. He's Demon, though, the kid's brother that they go see.
Yeah.
That's him. I can't never remember his name either, but he's a really good actor. But him and Scooby-Doo. But the second one, I actually laugh at that quite a bit. Like, when they're like, or what was it, candy? Your cotton candy monster? And they're both like, and the monster's like, what? Huh? They both walk out like, whatever, we can find a liter-sized soda monster. They fucking ate him to death.
Oh, man.
And we reviewed 9 other movies talking about this one.
Yeah.
I get yelled at a lot, but from other people, like, man, you always lose track of things and you go off on tangents. People don't realize how hard it is not to do that.
Yeah.
Because you think about one thing, we're probably both ADD as shit anyway and aren't medicated enough.
Enough.
Well, I'm medicated, but not for that.
That's what I say about all of my problems. I'm on medication, but not for that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm on medication for, actually.
Mine's to try to keep me alive. I'm on cholesterol meds, heart pressure or blood pressure medication. I'm basically a pharmacy. Like if when I die, I'm just gonna like turn into pills.
Yeah. He's gonna donate all of his organs to the pharmacy.
Donate them all to Keith Richards. He'll still be alive.
Yep.
He's so well preserved. Okay, I'm gonna end it there because it's getting warm in this car, and I'm gonna go home and make more pee.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, in 2 weeks, though, I'll be back for, I don't know, whoever wants to come to that one. That's Avengers Endgame.
I really want to see that. I might bring my wife to that.
She's not allowed on camera.
Okay.
No. I let one woman on camera once, and then I killed her right after the...
Oh, well, then she's allowed on camera.
Jeremy, a girlfriend he had like last year when we saw Hotel Artemis. Did you see the review for that? Mm-hmm. Like we kidnapped her child and we're forcing her to do the review with us. And Krista did. Krista keeps saying she wants to come back. She was supposed to go to Shazam with me last week, but she got real sick and couldn't go. But I'm sure she'll be joining me soon for something. Oh, I just remembered the other movie we got a trailer for, the Elton John movie.
Oh, yeah.
Rocket Man. That actually looks all right.
That looks pretty good.
You know, I'm not the biggest Elton John fan, but I do like his music. Yeah. You know, I couldn't just sit and listen to Elton John, but if like I walked into somebody's house and they had it on, I would. Oh, okay, cool, Elton John.
One thing I've learned about Elton John, or from Elton John and Eric Clapton, 2 legends in the music industry, both have put out some absolutely terrible songs.
Yes.
So anybody can do that. Anybody can put out a bad song.
I mean, Johnny Cash has he had 30-something studio albums. There's a couple in there that aren't that great. Even Dolly Parton has that one pop record she tried to do, and that...
Yeah.
No, didn't go over very well. But anyway, yeah, Elton John... you haven't seen Kingsman 2 yet, have you? He's in that movie, and he steals the show. He the last half hour of that movie, he owns the whole fucking movie.
Wow.
And probably unintentionally, but he's just so fun to watch on screen. He's so fucking over the top. I recommend watching it just for... I mean, the movie's good anyway. There's the opening thing is like he's fighting this guy inside of a car, and Prince's "Let's Goes Crazy" is playing to it, but everything is like directing wise is done to the beat of the song, kind of like in Baby Driver, and it just works, and it's so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, there's another 9 movies that we just reviewed again. Anyway,
Pet Sematary.
Yeah, go see Pet Sematary, and then go home and kill your wife and children and bury them in the Pet Cemetery.
It'll work, I swear.
It does. Yeah. So if you get anything out of this review, we just recommend you murder your family.
Yeah. That's what we're really trying to say.
Well, you know what? I don't have anything to do to this afternoon. I might just, need that shovel. All right, that's it. Bye.
Bye.